loaded with miracle of 19. This is also one of the strong miracle, a proof from God that this miracle does exist, and whoever rejects this, basically rejecting in a similar way when Moses strike and they say this is nothing but a magic, or many other prophets and messengers have miracles, and people used to say, oh, this is nothing but a magic. There's no difference basically. I mean, these are coming from God. What are the odds of this first revelation, 5 verses? I mean, I literally sat down and counted the letters for these 5 verses, and they're add up to 76, 114 surahs and 19 surahs towards the end. From you start counting from 96, 97, 98, 99 on your fingertips. When you get to 114, that's 19 surahs. The whole surah has 304 Arabic letters, which is also multiple of 19. This surah consists of 19 verses. I mean, pack upon pack, load upon load of miracle of 19. This is probably, the Quran is almost to the end, and this is probably one more time God touches this strong miracle. Then if anyone disbelieves, then I mean, they will have their own. And then I also talk about, inshallah, that God says that indeed the human transgresses and they become rich, and where God talks about we will see the forelock. Indeed, unless he refrains, we will take him by the forelock. The forelock, that is disbelieving and sinful. If you Google forelock, it's the part of your head above your fore where the hair grows in. This is just the frontal lobe. And amazingly, this points another very valuable information. This is where you reside. I mean, you can see your body, but your mind, that is in that, the part of the brain is cerebrum, that's the biggest part of the brain, that's on the frontal lobe. That's where actually your CPU, your conscious brain is. And you see your hand and everything. I mean, that part of the brain can literally take it out and put it in another body, and you will wake up and you will see a different body, but you will still be the same person. That's where your conscious is. So who knows 1400 years ago that this is where the conscious brain resides? That's why God is saying how precise God is. A forelock, that is disbelieving and sinful. That forelock, that is you. That's you are. Who's sinful and disbelieving? Your heart is not disbelieving. It's doing what God assigned it. Your liver is not disbelieving. Your legs they are absolutely submitted to God. Your whole body is submitted to God. It is exactly, it's doing what God has assigned to do. It may not like it because it's following a disbelieving conscience. It may not like it, but it's saying yes, sir, yes, boss to God. But God is how precise God is. A forelock, that is disbelieving and sinful. MashaAllah. What another miracle that is. Thank you.
Praise God. Thank you, Adam, for sharing this information. This is so awesome and amazing. Praise be to God.
Yeah, mashallah. Nice one. Praise God.
Mashallah, yeah. I just wanted to let people know who might be, looking to catch up on the study again, that I made a mistake earlier, and I was not able to record the part in the live stream where I was actually reading, but I was able to record it as a video, and so I will be uploading that soon to Facebook and YouTube for people to watch. So, I mean, you might see like 3 videos from today's study, just FYI. It might see like 3 separate videos. The first one had no audio, and then the second one, this discussion is being live streamed, and the audio, the study will actually be a separate video today. Anybody else has any comments or any questions? But mashallah, at least it's good that everybody who was on the study, like not on YouTube and stuff, are able to, enjoy the study interruption free. But people who are not on the pen, are not able to maybe consistently catch the whole study. So it's good to be on the pen for right now.
Yeah.
I have a question. So, there's a chronological order by Rashid Khalifa, and one of the appendix is about it. So, I wonder, in the traditional sense, the chronological order is actually not surah to surah, but verse to verse, like a verse comes and then a verse comes from another surah, and then it's like it goes that way. But what do you think the real thing is about? The real thing is, I mean, is it like the complete surah revealed, and so on and so on, or some verses are revealed and then another verse from another surah is revealed? What do you think?
I never heard of that. Like I know that this is the accepted order, like the surahs were revealed as a whole. Like it wasn't like one verse was revealed from one surah and then another surah, and then so I think that they all probably unanimously agree that that's the order in which it was revealed.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Maybe another person has another opinion on it? Because I don't know if there's a general belief among submitters about it, because the traditional way is different.
Yeah, for submitters, obviously, other people can comment, inshallah. But for submitters, if somebody is really a submitter, they will believe what the Messenger of the Covenant has said, right? And so, based on what he left in the, in that appendix about the chronological sequence, that's the sequence in which it was revealed. And so that's basically it for a submitter. But for a non-submitter, I'm sure they'll have, people will have different opinions.
Yeah, I do not think there is an interruption in a surah that it will stop in the middle and then another surah verses started to come. It is because surah, it says, oh, this surah was revealed in Medina, Makkah, whatever, right? The surah. There is no mentioning separately somewhere that these verses came in on so and so day, and some other verses came of the surah in a different time after another surah's verses came. So it just does not make any sense. So even even like Surah 9, right? You see how falsifiers try to add those two verses, and they made it like entire surah was revealed in one city, and then they said these two verses came later in another city, right? Salman, maybe you want to mute your mic.
No, it's not me. I think it's someone else.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry. So that those verses got caught. They made a distinct appearance then So I do not believe that when one surah is coming, being revealed, must be completed before any other surah comes, or verses from another surah come. They must come in an order from the beginning to the end, whether it takes whatever time to write for Muhammad took, no matter how long. So it must complete in one order, and then another, chronological.
Yeah, I also did a quick search online, and I see that, that's the accepted order throughout, you know, so there's no like disputes or anything about that.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is there are people who are believing that some verses came after some other verses from different surahs, but they still have the chronological order in their books, and the chronological order is similar with Dr. Khalifa's, and they are giving the same list, but they still believe that some verses
Is
came
there an
after
example, like,
example?
yeah, like
How it happens?
like precisely where, like, is there an example somewhere that you can point to where they're saying that about a certain surah?
No, I didn't study it. I don't know that well.
You
But
just heard it from somewhere or what?
actually, I heard it in some circle of like some religious circles, and also I know it's a common belief, at least in Turkey, among traditional circles, it's a common belief, but they are still giving chronological lists, but they still believe that some verses came after other verses. But when I mean, now I think, and then I agree with you, because since Dr. Khalifa gave the list, and when you look at the list, the first opinion in your mind is they came after, like surah by surah, the Quran revealed surah by surah. So yeah, maybe I'm a little bit confused by traditionalists since I'm coming from there.
Yeah, I mean, we're all coming from there, really, but it's the first time I actually heard about this.
I would say one thing, the order that which was revealed to the Prophet and the order that is in Quran is two different things. And when Prophet was alive, see, look at this is the first surah that is revealed, and it's very proper. And it says, reading the name of the Lord. This is the first revelation that is revealed to the Prophet. And their chronological order is depending, like when Surah 24, when they were migrating and his wife, there was an incident, and that was the right time to reveal that surah. So as Prophet was going from different, like people will come to him, like you see some surahs, the believers come to Prophet, then ask question, and God will reveal that part of the Quran. I mean, and it is in a Quran, I mean, because each surah is, this surah is revealed first and second and third and fourth. Surah Al-Fatiha, I think, is number 5 in a chronological order. So as he was living, different incidents were happening, and they were pointed right. God will tug that surah right there when something will happen. And then for later generations, there's a sequence, and that is verified by the miracle of 19, because like surah number 9, those two missing verses. Before that and after that, the number of gods are multiple of 19. If the order of as it's written on the Quran, if you change a little bit order, the miracle drops. And then how a messenger of the covenant, he wrote all the surahs 1, 2, 3, and then there's a whole appendix about it in like surah 1 and how many verses, surah 2 how many verses, and all the way to the end of the Quran. And he manipulated that with so many different variations where he was adding each verse number. He's adding 0 for the Bismillah and removing them. But every time the number was so mile long, but every time it was multiple of 19. So the order it is written in the Quran, even if you change verses from here to there, the miracle will not work. So the way it's written in the Quran is the absolute way God has designed it, and God is the protector of the Quran. So it is the way it is, and this is the messenger. It all verifies each other. Nothing, like one thing doesn't fit with other. Everything is fit with each other. And with my, humble respect, I will just say one thing, that it doesn't matter. I mean, now we have the miracle. Now we know this is the order of the Quran. And the main important purpose is to obey God. This is the whole purpose. I mean, this is sort of the trick of the, I would say, the Satan's trick that get us confused into something that does not even have any logic or anything. It doesn't matter whether, even if it was reviewed back and forth. Suppose, what does it make difference? We need to read the Quran. We have this glorious, beautiful Quran. It's loaded with the message. They're loaded with just such an important information to save our soul. That is the whole purpose. This is Satan's trick to get us into the wrong ideas. What about the age of that person? What about that person came to that person? How old was he? I mean these all side things are just distractions. We need to focus on God, mashallah. Thank you.
Yeah, mashallah, Adam, that's a really good point. The mathematical coding will fall apart if that was the case. Whatever we have right now is proven by mathematics. Like, for example, the missing Bismillah and all that, and after how many surahs?
27.
Yeah, after 27 surahs that comes, or something.
19
It's like so
surahs.
many factors about
19 surahs.
19 surahs. 19 surahs.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
Surah
I think it
22.
was something mathematical. I don't pay attention to it a lot. But when things like this come, now we don't need to worry. Let's simply, religion is simple. God has made the religion simple. And whatever is important for our salvation, we should be focusing on that. And should not question what messenger has left behind. Because now it is mathematically coded. And if we, try to, this is like really, Adam has pointed it out, that this is Satan's way of confusing people. Like, okay, don't be satisfied with what you have. How about we implore more? Don't be satisfied what the messenger of God has said. What about this? So and so is saying this. We really do not need to pay attention to those. That's distraction from the real purpose of our life and understanding the Quran and growing our soul. God's messenger has done the work, and we just need to obey and follow and obey, and that's it.
Yeah, I totally agree, but I just for the sake of the argument, as you know, Dr. Khalifa said, Muhammad wrote the Quran himself, and also he wrote notes on the Quran that this should be here and this should be here, and like for the notes were showing where to put what verse. And I mean, not what verse, but what surah, I can say. And but when you think about when you think from the point of view of a traditionalist, then they can say that if they, I mean, they don't agree with Dr. Khalifa, of course, but if they agree with that part of his doctrine, then they would say, okay, Muhammad wrote down the surahs in the chronological order, in their understanding, and then he wrote where to put what verse, and then still mathematical miracle will still exist. So there will be no damage to the mathematical miracle. But I totally agree with you. I mean, I believe the surahs came by chronological order, and surah to surah by surah, not verse by verse. Sorry if I talk too much, but thank you.
Yeah, it's just, it's people, they will do that, you try to tell them one thing and they will try to distract you and try to beat on the bush, for anything they can do. This is the tactics, and, we need to at least keep ourselves educated that, not to get fall into their traps, otherwise, we will lose our focus from God. And just our job is just to tell them, whether they take it or not, it's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to save our own soul and at the same time give the message. If they don't take it, we don't have to sit there and stress out about it. Even the prophets and messengers, God tell them, don't worry about them, don't stress your soul. I'm paraphrasing many prophets, God tells them, don't stress out, don't worry. This is not your responsibility. You're just a warner, that's it. Mashallah. And we are not even messengers, we are a lot less degrees in that, we need to be worried about that. We just do what God tells us.
Yeah, I think
Actually, we are messengers in different way. Not as listed in one of the conferences.
Yeah, I think, I mean, for us, it's like Mudad said, mashallah, I mean, we don't have to figure these things out because we already trust everything that the messenger brought, and this is what he preached, and we know, like, we have all the mathematical proof to support it, so, like, we can totally relax, and this is really just one of Satan's way to cause confusion and to, put doubt in people's heart. Obviously, well, you can see all these Quranists, as a result of this type of thinking, how lost they are because they can't accept something from a messenger, and but thank God, I mean, people are trying very hard to, like, go back to the Arabic, right? Because they, like, for example, these Quranists, knowing that people are using hadith and all that, I mean, but the fact that they don't have a messenger, I mean, these people are completely lost. So they're going back to even the Arabic and trying to redefine the meanings of each one of the words, like what does Hajj mean and what does Salat mean, for example. I mean, they're saying Salat just means, like, every day I hear some bizarre definitions of what Salat means, for example, that they're trying so hard, like, not to do the contact prayers. So they say, Salat doesn't mean the contact prayers, it means this or that, And so these people are so lost, and they have lost everything about submission, like, they're not even remotely, most of them are not even remotely, close to the religion,
Yes. I find these Quranists are the most dangerous people. They are very arrogant, and their own opinion weighs far above God and His messengers. Because when I say God, meaning a proven messenger of God is bringing messenger on behalf of God. And who are other people to bring all this information? What is their credibility? So these people have their absolutely own understanding of salat, zakat, fasting, hajj, you name it. All 5 pillars, the main pillars of Islam, are according to their own opinion. So what God calls these people, who's more evil, who fabricate lies about God. Okay, so remember, these are the most evil people. Must really disregard whatever they say, and they are over there to doubt, you know, doubt whatever suspicion and make people doubtful about the message and the messenger. So this is a Satan in a very different disguise. So be very extra careful. They're very weird people. Yeah, they call it dogma. This is just dogma. Yeah. I met someone, a couple that scared me literally, like how far gone they were.
Dogma is the mom of the dog.
bugs go to heaven.
Yeah, and they want to stay away from all dogma. Just want to. Then what are you believing in Quran? What are you doing? Okay, we'll believe in Quran alone, but we're not going to do anything. What is that supposed to mean? I believe in Quran alone, and that's it. And then maybe hereafter is also your own interpretation. Maybe there is no hereafter, right? Maybe the angels are symbolic. They don't exist.
Actually, there are people that are saying that.
There you go. You should, Furkan, you should stay away from such people. You know, this is a dangerous world. You have to stick to the right path, straight path. God says it's the light of faith is like a beacon. You know how straight is beacon? It doesn't move here and there. You know, there is like no curves, no nothing. But these people bring curves in the straight path or the beacon of light, which is very straightforward. You know, yeah. So we have to really stick to that very as strict as possible and never ever bring our own opinion above God and His messengers. That I know more. That's what Satan did. He thought, you know, he was very special. So we are nothing, you know, that we just submit to God and His message and we will be saved. We really have to be worried about our next and the year after because these people are out there to just stray people off from the right path. Simple as that. Whether it's slightly or instill a hint of doubt in their minds so they can think about like, oh, what about this? This is possible. That's how the counting of Alif happened. You know, it is still mathematically coded Alif, but messenger was wrong. How could a God's messenger leave a wrong message behind? Is that even possible? Is that messenger has that much power to do these things? God is controlling them. They do their slightly beings, but not when it comes to the message that they deliver. That message can get to lead the world like that. God is impossible. They do their slightly beings.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, the people you hang out with, either they will drain your battery or they will charge your battery. Like Surah 18, God says, force yourself. Like God is literally saying, you know, you don't want to do it, but you need to literally force against all your feelings to go to the people who believe who they will worship God day and night. Because they're going to charge your battery. Force yourself. Obviously, you don't want to force something, the message or something. Just be careful. Guard yourself day and night. The longer you hang out with these